Welcome guys, you're watching AFKTV and I'm here with one very cool guy. If you watch StarCraft, he has been your rising game probably in most of the foreign tournaments outside Korea. This is FunKa. Hello FunKa, how are you?
I'm pretty good, And you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you very much. So this is my first appearance here in Poland, but I think it's not your first one. What do you think about the crowd here, the atmosphere?
It's really good. I mean, I've been there for Katowice last year, and we were actually in the Spodek Arena. Yeah. And last year it was amazing because there was all the games really close from each other. So, for example, when Virtus Pro was playing for Counter-Strike, you could actually feel the entire stadium just moving around when people were clapping and everything. But yeah, the crowd is really good here. Like lots of chanting and everybody's really friendly. I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely amazing. I can't wait for Sunday to go to Spodek and have fun. So I have the bracket here. I will just ask you some quick questions about the games. Just a second. Oh my God. Yeah, yes. It's working. Okay, so let's take a look at the first day since we finished day 2 today. A couple of words about Hero against Cure, for example.
I guess I felt like Cure could do better because I feel he's a really good player, and especially in TVP, like every single Gunnar Terran, they like to drop, they like to multitask a lot. But Hero showed what Rain couldn't show yesterday, for example. Like Rain was dying instantly to everything that Fantasy was throwing at him. And Hero today, he was like the defensive Protoss that actually plays really well with some mind games, but not too much. Just solid games, so that was a really good performance by Hero, I think.
Yeah, it was an amazing series. Okay, so BB Young against Solar, it was pretty one-sided. At first, Solar started with game 1, but then it came a bit different.
I actually predicted BB Young to win this series because I think he's a really good player. Maybe most of the guys that just watch the weekend tournaments, foreign tournaments, don't know him really well because he actually kind of plays Pro League, and that's about it. Sometimes GSL, so nobody knows him that well. But he's really good in TVZ. He has sick timing attacks with Hellbats and things like that, and then he plays mech, which he does really well. Like in Pro League, he was sent against Zerg on King Sejong every single week because he would go mech perfectly and wins every time, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Okay, Zest against Hydra. Hydra started 2-0 and then Zest came back 3-2. What do you think?
Really happy. I'm a KT fan, so I would have been sad if every KT player would go down the first day, like Life lost, Flash just lost now, so I'm pretty happy for Zest. I think he's a really good player, but he's in a bit of a slump these days. Like he's not playing that well in 2015. So I'm pretty happy that he could, actually collect himself and then say, okay, I'm actually losing to somebody maybe less good than me. So he went back and then went 3-2. I'm really happy about that.
All right. So Innovation against Life, that was amazing series. Said for us that it was on the round of 16. But I know you're a Terran player, and probably you wanted Innovation to win. But what do you think about the match?
I think it was our best of 5 so far. So best round of 16 game maybe. I don't really know because I really like Life. Like ever since he went to France for Iron Squid 2, everybody's in love with him in France, of course. And I feel like he's one of the most interesting players to see play. So I'm a huge fan. Now he's in KT, so I'm really fan about the team. But I actually predicted once again Innovation to win. I don't know. I had a feeling that Innovation would win this one after losing GSL last week. So yeah, really cool series. We saw some great micro, great multitask. I had a blast. That was a really cool series.
Yeah, definitely devastating series. So Flash against Trap just finished. That was a bit of a, how should I say? you tell me.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed because I wasn't observing in Toronto, so I didn't see Flash win there. Yeah. And then I was at Home Story Cup, but he lost in the finals against Spotting. And I also love potting, so that's okay. But still, I wanted Flash to win. I'm a huge fan of Flash ever since Brood War, so I would have liked to see more of him, especially because Trap played that kind of Protoss that really, really annoys me. Like, you go all in every single game, so that makes the Terran really paranoid. You go on a map that is really favorable to Immortal all-ins in the last one on Expedition Lost. You get scouted, almost get caught in the middle of the map, and then you don't go into the all-in, but Flash is so paranoid that he has like 12 SCVs not doing anything. And then you go back into the game. It's like in a game of poker, when you show that you are you know, a gambler, you would take any risk, you will play any hand, and then at some point you're like, actually I've got really sick cards. That's the same idea. He played on the fact that he was an all-inner, and it worked really well for him. So good job, Trap, but I'm kind of disappointed.
Okay, so what do you think, since Trap moved forward, he'll play against Fantasy tomorrow, once again a Terran player. Do you think he'll be that aggressive? Do you think probably Fantasy was watching the games, and what do you expect from Fantasy?
We didn't really get to see a lot of him. Like, he won 3-0 against Rain, which was, in my opinion, one of the biggest upsets of yesterday, because like I was maybe 3-1 Rain or something, and it was 3-0 Fantasy, so we didn't see that much of him. He was willing to do a double racks. He did an SCV pool and then a pretty fairly standard game that Rain just played bad. So I don't really know what to expect of him. And I hope that he's not going to be as paranoid as Flash was, because I know that was one of his problems. Every single like really great Terran from Brood War, they have a lot of troubles against Protoss because they feel they can't scout what the other guy is doing. And I hope that, you know, Fantasy is not going to be that paranoid, because he's going to lose for sure if he is in that state of mind.
Yes, yeah. Oh. All right, so Morrow against Patience. Morrow managed to win 3-0. It was a bit of, yeah, one-sided, definitely. Morrow is a beast. Do you have some words about it, or?
Morrow Patience?
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting to see what Patience could do, because he actually played an amazing Korean qualifier. I didn't see the games, but I've just seen the names that he took out, and I was like, what happened to Patience? Because I observed WCS Europe, so I used to see him play every single season. And don't get me wrong, Patience is a great player, but he's not the caliber of player that you see winning a qualifier with that level. So I'm like, maybe he can do something against Morrow, like, I don't know. And it was actually what I expected with, okay, 3-0, get the fuck out, yeah, it's not gonna happen, I'm way better than you, blah, 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 3-0. Yeah. So.
Okay, so probably once again one of the biggest upsets of round of 16, Tejas losing to Dark, 1-3. What do you think about it?
Not an upset.
Not an upset for you?
Not an upset. I think that's normal. I mean, Tejas has been more or less inactive for a little bit more than 2 months now. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Like, I feel like he's an amazing player, and he used to play the greatest late game TVP of all time with his Ghost control, Ghost micro is amazing, blah blah blah. But these days, he's not the Tejas that he used to be, and Dark is playing amazingly well these days. Like, really, he's the new up-and-comer Zerg, in my opinion. So I'm not that surprised.
Yeah. Since I'm a Zerg fan and he's the last Zerg standing, yeah, I'm really rooting for him. Okay, so taking a look at the games for tomorrow, there are pretty sick series coming up. What is your favorite, for example, for what do you think? I mean, what would be your favorite series, and what is your favorite for the whole tournament?
Well, actually, I think I like every single series except maybe Fantasy versus Trap, because I'm, as I said, not a huge fan of Trap. I used to be, but after this series, not anymore. So yeah, I really like the other ones. I think Morrow versus not Hydra, Morrow versus Dark is going to be amazing. That's maybe the one I'm expecting the most, but at the same time you also have Innovation versus Zest, which is amazing. So every single series is going to be great. It's best of 5. You get to really go into the meta. It's really, really cool. But if I had to pick one, I would say Morrow versus Dark. Okay,
so a favorite for the whole tournament?
Can I see the bracket again? Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
Innovation set. Yeah, top one. I'd say I like Hero's chances, and maybe Maru. I don't know. I'd say Hero for the top brackets, and maybe Maru in the bottom one. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
But those are all amazing players, so... You know.
Yeah, definitely amazing. There still, the bracket is pretty stacked. Going forward, it goes really stacked even more. So, okay, so we know that you also cast on French streams. Do you, how could I say, do you like observing more, casting more, or just you are in between those two things? And yeah, this is the first question.
I think I like both. You don't get to do exactly the same thing. Like whether I'm casting in French, you could. We actually now this year we have an amazing content because now we do all Kespa content. So we do Pro League, Star League, Kespa Cup, GSL, WCS Europe, and NNA. So we get a lot of content, which is really cool. Like day to day, you go to the studio and you cast amazing games. So I really like that, and when we get to do live events in France, such as Iron Squid or Nation Wars before, casting in front of a live audience is, I think, one of the most amazing feeling in the world. You know, it's like really great. But at the same time, I get to observe, which is something that I really like, in amazing tournaments that I would never be a part of if I wasn't an observer. So, you know. Yeah. It's two different things, and when I do something that I actually find good about my observing in a tournament, I'm really happy about myself. I know that the people enjoy it, so I'd say 50-50. I know it's a dumb answer, but I like both.
Yeah, it's amazing. Your observing skills, everyone. It's just really. I think it's really hard to follow the game so detailed, and you're doing about every single game, and it's just amazing. So, one a bit of different question. 2 years ago, you came to Bulgaria, and since we're recording this video mainly for Bulgarian fans, what time did you had in Bulgaria? Did you enjoy your stay there?
You know, I enjoyed my stay. That was a really cool moment. I enjoyed the tournament. I enjoyed like meeting the Bulgarian players that I really didn't know that much. I mean, maybe Metix I knew, but I didn't know the other names. I couldn't say anything about them, and everybody was like really nice to us. We got, you know, we got greeted by I can't remember his name though.
Philip.
Thank you, Philip. At the airport, we went to a cool traditional Bulgarian restaurant. The food was amazing. The last night at your place was really fun too. I mean, it was a great moment. I was really happy to be there.
All right, so do you have some final words for all the Bulgarian viewers, as well as all the people that will watch it online?
Well, first of all, if you're watching this video, it's amazing that you're that into StarCraft, and that's really cool. So keep on doing that. Keep on going to the tournaments that will happen in Bulgaria or in the close area. I don't know, Bulgaria, Poland.
It's not very close, but 1,500 kilometers away.
It's actually pretty long. I thought it was. I thought it would be, you know, shorter. Okay, but yeah. I don't know, like go to as much tournaments that you can, and you know, participate in all the threads and forums and blah blah blah. Talk about the game. I mean, there is a huge community, especially in Europe or around StarCraft, and it's an amazing game. That's what we do. Like we love doing it. Just keep on giving that, and it's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, FunKa. It was awesome talking to you. And guys, see you soon. And you're watching AFKTV.